Welcome to the Get Fit Guy's quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. While it may seem intuitive that any form of exercise is probably good for you, there are some exercises that may actually cause joint damage or put you at high risk for injury. Unfortunately, just because an exercise apparatus is at a gym or health club does not mean it's safe. While poor form on any exercise can turn an otherwise safe move into a risky activity, there are some exercises that should be completely avoided, even if you can do them with good form. So here are the top 7 exercises to avoid, along with better alternatives that will get you better and safer results. Number 1, machine side raises. This is a machine on which you sit and then raise your arms out to the sides, with resistance provided by pads somewhere in the region of your upper arms. The problem is that this machine locks your shoulders into a range of motion that can actually cause rotator cuff pain and impingement, which is compression of soft tissue under the bones in your shoulders. A better alternative would be to simply do dumbbell side raises, which work the same shoulder muscles but give your shoulders significantly more natural freedom of rotation. Now, anytime I mention an exercise like that alternative, the dumbbell side raises, I'll be sure and put a link to it in the show notes, which you can find over at getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com. Exercises number 2 and 3 are somewhat similar. They're the machine adductor and the machine abductor. And both of these machines are advertised as a great way to tone or work your inner and outer thighs. You've probably seen them. They're machines that you sit in at the gym while you bring your thighs together or pull your thighs apart. But the problem is that when you sit and then you attempt to internally or externally rotate your hips, as you're doing on these machines, it can place a great deal of pressure on your low back. In addition, these seated hip machines burn an extremely small number of calories compared to other alternatives. Instead of doing the machine adductor for your inner thighs, you could try straight leg side cable kicks, or you could use bent leg side cable kicks as a substitute for the machine abductor to work your outer thighs. Next is number 4, the behind the neck lat pull downs. And the lat pull down is a very popular gym exercise for strengthening your upper back and toning the muscles behind your armpits. But if you look at the instructions or diagram on most of these lat pull down machines, many of them actually instruct you to pull the bar down behind your neck, and this can compress nerves in your upper spine and lead to upper back and upper neck pain. So while the lat pull down is a good exercise for your upper back, you should pull the bar down to the front of your chest. Number 5, the seated rotation machine. Similar to the adductor and abductor machines, this seated rotation machine, which is supposed to work the sides of your stomach, can actually be very stressful on the low back when you attempt to perform an exercise that involves the hip or the abs while you're in this seated position. And that's exactly what the seated rotation machine requires. You sit while twisting your torso from side to side. But you can protect your back, burn more calories, and also work some of your leg muscles by choosing something like a standing torso twist exercise instead. Number 6 are crunches. In the episode 10 Flat Stomach Alternatives to Crunches, I taught you that repetitive bending and extending of the spine during a crunch may actually harm the discs in your low back, especially with long-term repetitive use. Since crunches also don't burn many calories, there's a myriad of alternatives that will get you much faster results if you want a flat stomach. So be sure to go to getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com and read the episode 10 Flat Stomach Alternatives to Crunches. And actually, the search engine over on that website is very good, so you could just go over there and type in crunches in the search box. Number 7 is the Smith machine. Now, this machine, which is traditionally used for exercises like squats or overhead presses, is comprised of a large rack that holds a barbell in special tracks. These tracks keep the barbell moving straight up and down in a consistent pattern. However, because the barbell moves straight up and down, it often locks your body into movement patterns that are unnatural. For example, if you were to put a barbell on your shoulders and do a squat, if you look at it from the side, the barbell actually moves in a little bit of an S pattern as your body moves through its natural range of motion. But on the Smith machine, that bar is forced to move in a straight line, and this can keep your body from moving properly and thus cause back, hip, or knee injuries. So when it comes to exercises like a shoulder press or a squat, you should opt for free weights like dumbbells or barbells instead. As you can see, most of the exercises that you need to avoid involve fancy contraptions or machines that just don't allow your body to move through its natural range of motion. So basically, whenever there's a free weight, cable, or body weight alternative, I recommend that you choose the alternative instead. It's not that you shouldn't ever use machines at the gym. There are just some machines, specifically the ones that I've mentioned in this episode, that you should not include in your program. Now, if you have more questions about these 7 exercises to avoid, or questions about other exercises and whether or not they may be safe, then go over to facebook.com/getfitguy. And remember, over at getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com, you can sign up for the newsletter where you'll get other tips sent straight to your mailbox every week. And remember, it's just a few weeks now before the Get Fit Guy book comes out. So be sure to stay tuned to the Facebook page or the newsletter if you want to find out more about that. And until next time, I'm the Get Fit Guy asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.